It's a glorious day in London today, and I'm here at C&D Soho about to show you a recipe for a new NY cookie we've got, and it's a baby between our caramel cornflake brownie, our NY cookie. It's a mashup made in heaven, and I've got a special someone upstairs waiting to show the recipe with you, so come on, let's go. Did you guess who I'm baking with today? Just Sally Dells.
I don't know if I'm quite the surprise everyone was hoping for, but it's me and you together again.
Cupcake Jemma is back and I could not be happier.
Yay! So I think Dane told you what we're baking today?
A little bit. I said it was a mashup between the cornflake brownie and the cookie, but they don't know what exactly it is.
Okay, so it's going to be a chocolate base, like a double chocolate cookie made with black cocoa, because this is the best stuff. Super intense, super chocolatey, and it looks really cool as well. But then hidden in the middle is a little nugget of caramel cornflakes. So this is the stuff that we put on our cornflake brownie, the cornflake crunch, which was the original cornflake treat made by Nikki herself. Like, all praise Nikki for that. Thank you, Nikki, for enlightening us.
Yes.
And then we're going to coat these cookies with multi cornflakes, so more cornflakes. It was like the perfect combination of like salty, sweet, chewy, a little bit bitter, like it's everything you could ever want in a treat.
Exactly, and if you want to bake along with us, don't forget, we're going to put the ingredients on the screen right now, somewhere here. So pause the video, take a little screenshot, and then you have it saved for later on.
Yeah, and you can bake along with us if you want to. Let's get doing it.
Yes.
Doing it? Baking, let's go. So, you're gonna mix and I'm gonna talk.
Exactly.
And I'm gonna get the ingredients right. So, we have got butter, which is where all of these cookies start. We always start with the butter and it's got to be cold. So really, really cold, straight from the fridge. And we've got 230 grams of unsalted butter here. And we're gonna put that straight into our mixer.
Okay.
All right, and then we're going to go in with our sugar. So we've got equal quantities. We've got 160 grams of both light brown sugar, which is going to give us a caramelly flavor and a little bit of chew, and the caster sugar, which is going to make it nice and sweet. And we're going to put both of those in, and you're going to get mixing.
Yes. Sugars are in, so we're just going to mix this on a low speed, and what we want to see happen is just the butter and the sugar combine and form these kind of sugary nuggets. We'll get a close-up and I'll show you what it looks like, but just kind of slow speed right now. It's not going to do much, don't expect it to. Okay, it is ready, and I'm going to turn around, show you what it looks like. So basically, like this. You've still got those nuggets of butter just enrobed in that sugar, and that's all you need to do. It took about 45 seconds.
Yes, it's a very like minimal mixing process this, because we don't want to cream, we don't want to whip, we just want to bring together. We want those lovely chunky bits in there, makes them look good, makes them taste good. So next up we're going to go with the chocolate chips. We've got 400 grams of chocolate chips. We're going for dark chocolate, and this is like a 54%, which is kind of like a mid-range. So it's kind of like, if you like dark, great. If you like milk, great. It's a people pleaser. So 400 grams going straight in.
Perfect. And then once those are in, the next thing I'm going to do is just mix it again for a few seconds till the chocolate chips are just kind of flowing through the mixture. And the great thing about the chocolate chips is you can swap them out for whatever you want. Milk chocolate, white chocolate, just make sure it's the same quantity. That is it, chocolate chips are done. Sally, what's next?
Next is the dry ingredients. So we're gonna mix it together in this bowl, because we're not gonna be like mixing too much in the mixer, so we just wanna get it all kind of combined as much as possible beforehand. So, flours, we have got a combination. We've got 300 grams of plain flour, and then we've also got, oop, get in there, 130 grams of self-raising flour. And then we've got our black cocoa powder. Now, if you don't have it, you can't find it, then of course just switch it out for regular cocoa powder, Dutch process if possible, and then if not, then just whatever you can find. So we've got 70 grams, and that's gonna go into our bowl. And then finally, we're just gonna pop in 2 teaspoons of baking powder, so nice level teaspoons. 2 of those, and then 1 teaspoon of sea salt. Again, nice and level. Pop it into the bowl, and I'm just going to give it a little mix together.
Great.
yours.
Thank you. So the same again, it's just going in the mixer, shuffle it all in, and again, on a low speed for a few seconds, just to break up those bits of butter and sugar. That's all it needs. That's done. It's very stop-start here. Sally, what's next?
Next, we're finally going to bring this together because at the moment it just looks kind of like dusty breadcrumbs, which is as it should look. But now it is time to bind. So we're going to start with 2 whole eggs. I'm waiting for my slow-mo. We've got 2 whole eggs that have gone in there, and now we're also going to add in an extra egg yolk because cocoa powder is quite drying, so we always need a little bit of an extra bind with it. So we're just going to use the yolk because it's super rich, super flavorful. Is that the right word? Flavorful. So that's going to go in there as well, along with the final ingredient, which is vanilla. So just half a teaspoon of some lovely, beautiful, woo, here it is, good quality vanilla extract. We sell this very one that we use here in the bakery over on Cupcake Jemma website, so go and get yourself some. Now before I give this to I'm trying to upsell.
No, I know.
Oh my goodness.
That website, you know the one.
Right, shush. I'm just gonna mix these eggs and vanilla together. And then I'm going to give it to Dan and he's going to do some more mixing.
Thank you. Yes,
I'll give you that as well.
Oh yeah, perfect. It's going to go in the mixer, guys. And then, told you what's going to happen before. We'll just pop it on and mix it for a few seconds. But this, because this is the final stage, we're only going to mix it until the mixture starts to come together. It's clean around the sides of the bowl, and if your mixer is a little bit lighter than this one, you'll start to hear it kind of maybe struggle a little bit if the dough is quite heavy for the mixer. This one is pretty much there. It's kind of hard to see because it's dark in the bowl, but it's basically there. It's clean around the edges of the bowl, and it's all come together. It's still a little bit rubbly, but we'll turn it out onto the surface. Cookie dough is ready, so it's now time to tip it out onto the surface and get rolling.
It looks so cool. The color of it is awesome. Get it out. Yes. And it's kind of like a bit dusty, a bit rubbly, but don't worry, we want it to look like that. We're going to kind of form these balls, so do not fear. We just don't want to overmix this in the mixer.
No, exactly. That's why we left it like this. I'm going to smush it together a little bit with my hands now and work the rest of this in. So now I've brought the dough all together. It's not dusty and rubbly anymore. We'll start weighing it out. So we always do 125 gram balls here. So just got a scale. There we go. And because these are caramel cornflake, we can fill it with some caramel cornflake topping. The same it's on the brownie. We made this earlier, so I've got chunks here that I already cut up, and this is it. It's in solid form. Just imagine a brownie underneath. It's exactly the same. And all we did to make this was just make a dry caramel in a pan with some caster sugar, waited until the sugar was melted, added some cream and butter, and we brought the temperature back up to 116 degrees Celsius. Once it was ready, added in some cornflakes and gave it a mix around. Just spread it onto some greaseproof paper and let it set and cool. Then we just chopped it up. And it's going into the center of the cookie ball. And then we'll just envelop it like this with butter.
Envelop?
I've been reading the
Luxury.
Just make a ball like this, okay? Don't smush it together, just as we say, clunk clunk here. So it's kind of knobbly and ridgy around the edge. That's exactly what you want.
They are absolutely enormous because they've got that filling, and that is not it. We're going to coat these in some MALTY cornflakes, which I'm just going to prepare now. So we've got 100 grams of cornflakes. And then into that, we're just gonna add 25 grams of both caster sugar and Horlicks, which is a malt powder. So both of those going in. Just give that a little shuffle around. And then a 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt, which is super important in this because we do want them to have that real salt kind of hit to them. And then I've got
70 grams.
60 grams.
60 grams.
60 grams of melted butter. And I'm just going to pour that over the cornflakes. And then we'll just give it a little mix together just to make sure that all the cornflakes are completely coated in the butter, the sugar, and the malt powder. And normally we would bake these and we'd use them as toppings, sprinkles on cupcakes and whatnot, but we're not gonna bake them yet. We're going to take this gigantic cookie ball, plop it in, and then I'm going to just kind of squish some cornflakes onto the outside of it. And they should stick, but you do wanna just give it a little push in like that. I mean, it already looks like super cool, doesn't it? Really and then they are ready to go into a Tupperware because remember guys, we have to freeze these. We're gonna bake these from frozen. So I've got a Tupperware container here and we're gonna put them in and wait. Then we have to wait. Oh, sacrilege. Right, let's get the rest of these made.
Yeah. There, it's just the last one.
Okie Thanks. So as usual with these cookies, like I said before, they have to go into the freezer because we want to break them from frozen. That's what's going to give us a crispy outside, a gooey center, and a nice chunky shape as well. So ideally overnight, but a couple of hours if you just really can't wait. Luckily, we've got some that we didn't make earlier. Someone else made them earlier, like the amazing gang here at Crumbs and Doilies have made them for us. So we're gonna bake those now. So the oven is preheated.
Sorry.
Are you okay?
My apron keeps coming off, and I just had a bit of a mishap, but
Professional. So oven is preheated to 190 degrees C. I just had to check with Nikki. That was the right temperature. I think there's something in the air today.
Well, yes,
and we're going to bake 6 of these. So spread them out nice and evenly. I mean, we've got a very big oven sheets. You might be able to do like less at home.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, that's the best thing about these cookies is that they're in the freezer and you can just bake one at a time.
Yeah.
When you're in dire need of something sweet and delicious. So let's get those in. Whoa, okay.
I have been tasked at the job of putting them in the oven because they roll when other people do them. They made it into the oven. 16 minutes. Bake.
Okay, let's check that these are baked. Oh my goodness. Look at them. It's quite hard to tell when like a double chocolate chip cookie is baked because obviously it's got cocoa powder in it, so it's hard to see like if it's golden brown, but you can see the cornflakes have gone really kind of caramelized. They look absolutely gorgeous. Dane,
hands off.
Hands off, they are hot, hot, hot. Now these are gonna take a bit longer to cool down because they've got that like caramel inside, which is gonna be like molten hot. So we're gonna leave them
and we'll be back.
Oh my God, they smell amazing. They have finally cooled down. Like we said, a little bit longer because we want that center to kind of firm up and not be liquidy anymore. They just look so amazing.
They do.
Which one are you going for?
I'm gonna go for this one.
Okay, I've got to show you that break shot. Ready? Let's go. Whoa!
Whoa.
That is so cool. I love that it has actually stayed like a solid.
It has.
You know, like sometimes you get caramel cookies and the caramel's just kind of like
oozing out everywhere.
Yeah, this is awesome.
You lose it, but this
okay. I'm gonna eat this.
I was about to eat the whole double thing. Well, that's crazy.
Okay.
No. I can't
Oh no,
possibly.
don't. Guys, I'm so sorry. It's like eating the brownie, right?
It is.
But it's a little bit more bitter because of that black cocoa, but in like a good way. It's absolutely delicious.
Sorry, I haven't had a cookie in a while.
Are you gonna eat that whole thing?
Well, maybe.
I think you should, babe.
I should, but
You deserve it.
I need to just take.
Okay, I'm gonna put mine down and I'm just gonna like
great.
talk to the guys.
Okay.
Whilst you do this.
Thank you.
Okay, right. So we hope that you enjoyed that recipe, and if you make them at home, then please tag us in your photos on Instagram, #Cupcake Jemma, #CrumbsandDoilies as well. We love seeing what you guys are up to. And if you want to download this recipe, like the PDF version, then head over to cupcakejemma.com or click on the link right now. And if you want to get like this recipe and loads of recipes, all the recipes that we've ever done on here, then you can sign up to our Patreon, which is at patreon.com/CupcakeJemma.
Exactly, and these cookies are available online and in store. They're in store right now and online on Crumbs and Doilies and also the Cupcake Jemma website. The link is in the description box below. And also, there are new selections of cookies which you might be interested in, because some people don't want to get a 6-box of cookies. You can now buy them in 3, 6 or 12. So take your pick, get as many of these as you like.
I'm going for 12 at least.
Obviously, and there's so many different flavours to choose from on there as well, so you can pick, mix and match which ones you want.
And if you are in London, then make sure you come down to Crumbs and Doilies in Soho, get a cookie, get a coffee, delicious cupcakes, all the treats, and say hi to the gang as well. But yeah, thank you so much. And thank you to Sam for filming, and to Nikki and Nu as well for working camera magic.
Yes.
Thanks to you.
Thanks to you.
Oh, stop.
There will be a behind the scenes of the shoot on TikTok that Nu filmed.
Yes.
So head over to our TikTok at Crumbs and Doilies. Follow us on there for all the fun antics on TikTok.
The ticks on TikTok.
Yes.
Tick. Cookie video done.
Done.
Tick.
That's it.
Right, let's just...
Well, yes. I know I say it every time, but this is my favourite.
No joke, double chocolate favourite, caramel favourite. This is a dream.
Exactly, what's not to love?
Nothing. The teeth.
Yeah.